What's going on, good people? Rich here.
School here in the building.
Okay, remix.
We got a remix.
Yeah, it's a
What's
special
up,
day, man.
everybody? For sure. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Ray P. Welcome back.
Hey, man, we are here and excited for another very special episode of the Culture Garden Podcast / We Got Y'all podcast kind of crossover episode. Is a Friends and Family 2023. We are wrapping up the year.
For sure.
Pretty jam-packed episode, man. A little bit overwhelmed already by how many people reached out to us, wanted to show some love, wanting to be on the episode, sending in voice notes. So I'm really excited. We've never done an episode like this.
Yeah.
So bear with us. You know, we're doing this on the fly. We don't know how it's going to go. That's what editing is for, I guess. But hopefully we just go straight through. Really excited about some of the guests that we have coming on. Shooting live here in my location from Mama Good's Studios. My brother's not on camera right now, but shout out to my man Steve Good.
Yes,
who was on our Carlitos Way episode. You see the friends and family element is already starting. We got, I want to give proper credit and shout out to Another Week in the Books.
For sure.
Absolutely.
That podcast is, I don't think it's hyperbole when I say it's really changed my life as far as how I look at things and how I'm open to having very difficult and elevated conversations with my brothers and with my sisters, just being able to know that as I get older, life puts more weight on you and you try to figure out a lot of things and you think you're by yourself because everybody's doing their own thing, but you're really not. And sometimes it just takes a conversation, whether it's for support, whether it's to keep going, whether it's to resolve conflict, all of that. A lot of things can be resolved, and those two brothers are leading the way, man. I'm talking about Mo and Spike. They're going to be on this episode. I'm excited to have them and have some time to rap to them. But they did this. We said it a couple times already. They did the same thing, a Thanksgiving friends and family episode a few weeks ago, and it was just such a beautiful episode. And I stole the idea straight up, asked them for their blessing, of course, and they were 100% with it.
Yeah.
So I want to give them a shout out. It also made me think of a Nas lyric, man. Nas has been on a run these past couple years, dropped 6 albums in 3 years with Hit Boy. And one of my favorite songs that he's releasing that time is a song called Store Run. He has a lyric in there that I think about all the time, man. How you expect to get love if you don't show none.
Facts.
And that kind of sticks with me. And that's kind of you know what? Rachel, I was just saying I got a title for this episode. That's probably going to be it. So when you see it on your screen, how you expect to give love? How you expect to get love if you don't show none? So this is our opportunity to show all of you love because we feel it, we need it. I'm sure I can speak for Rachel and School. There are some days, more than one, where you just wake up and you don't have it.
Child.
And you got to record, you got to push through, but you just kind of on E. And sometimes that'll be the day somebody leaves a comment or sends a DM or gives us some love and a shout out. And it's just that boost we need to keep going. You're sitting there waiting on, man, when is this going to pop? How we know it should pop and go and kind of get a little antsy. And you guys out there keep us going. And you're the reason we keep coming back, not just the Culture Garden, but to We Got Y'all, to School's Guilty Pleasures, everything.
Yes.
So, we got more coming for you in 2024.
Yes.
So we're going to get things started. We're going to go through our Spotify Wrapped, some stats for 2023, and talk a little bit about 2024. Before we do get rolling, as always, please remember to like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Before I started recording or podcasting, I never understood why people were so adamant on their YouTube videos. Like taking a special 15-second break. Hey, everybody, please stop and subscribe. Like it really makes a difference. We appreciate everybody who is subscribed on YouTube, all our platforms, and continue to do so and share it with friends. So we'll get into some stats.
Okay.
This year in 2023, we released 44 film episodes for the Culture Garden podcast. We had one that wasn't a film episode per se. It was a theater experience with Catherine. Shout out to Catherine. That's something I really want to try to implement, just the new releases, theater experiences. We should have taken advantage of that when Renaissance came out. I would have loved to just rap to you, Rachel, about what it was like to be in the theaters.
I was in there crying.
Yeah, just how one of our categories is first experiences, and I really want to kind of implement that back in 2024. Anytime we go to an opening weekend or see a movie in the theater, just maybe to recap what it's like, if it's worth going, all that kind of good stuff. But shout out to Catherine for hooking us up with that, man. We're gonna have to bring her back for it. We had 6 episodes of School's Guilty Pleasures.
Yeah.
Started September 1st of this year. You made your debut and you got 6 episodes, man. I'm proud of you, School. We're gonna talk more about that.
Yeah.
We got y'all. Hold on. And I had to, Rachel, please tell me if I'm tripping, because I had to double check.
Okay.
This was the first like real year we got y'all outside of Insecure.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I could have sworn we had sprinkled some other things here and there, but I looked and I'm like, that was 2021 or whatever it was. We let that feed sit for like a year and then bounce back. I was just shocked by it.
Yeah.
I didn't count the episodes, but we did 6 series on the We Got Y'all feed, which is, I'll be honest with you, when I was looking through everything, it feels like, because we take breaks, it felt like we didn't do that much. And I was looking like, yo, we almost did the same amount of minutes as the Culture Guard.
Crazy.
So that was kind of insane to me. We'll discuss the individual best ratings and films and all that once we get to episode 100. We're not far away from there. I think we're 24 episodes away. This is episode 76. We'll take that episode as well to shout out all the guests who have been on here, because not everybody will be on this episode. But man, just laying the foundation to where we are now. We still got a long way to go, but we just want to highlight each one of you individually. Once we get to the Wilt episode, man, that big 100. Favorite movies by month. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to? I wrote down each episode that we release per month. Do we need to list those off now, or do you want to go through Spotify Wrapped?
Let's start with the movies and then do Spotify Wrapped.
Perfect. We'll go.
How you feel, School, or you want to do the other way?
Nah, I'm with that. I'm with that.
And of course, as I say that, it's on another piece of paper. So give me 1 second.
Do the wrap.
Yeah. Y'all can chop it up. I'm just freestyling this episode. Chop it up. I'm just gonna grab it real quick.
Listen, I already know what one of my favorite episodes is gonna be. I'm sure we're gonna talk about favorite episodes.
Yeah.
And I told y'all, like, I ain't even on it.
Oh, I'm very curious as to what that is.
Mm-hmm.
You're not on it?
Yeah, I ain't on it.
Oh, interesting. All right, so let's start with January, okay?
All right.
In January, we will release the Best Man Final Chapters, Juice, Our Family Wedding, and What's Love Got to Do with It. Out of those 4, I'm curious to know which one was your favorite. It doesn't necessarily have to be your favorite movie, but just maybe your favorite recording experience, whatever. I'm just curious out of those 4. Whoever wants to go first. School, we'll start with you, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna go first. What's Love Got to Do with It?
Okay. That was my birthday episode. I was chilling. I was here, but I was chilling.
Right.
Yeah, that
was like a me and Rachel thing right there.
For sure. We smoked it.
And it's funny because it was to both of your surprise. I didn't tell either one of you, like, hey, I'm chilling today. I just showed up. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit back and be a fan this episode. And it was a beautiful time. It was a beautiful time. Ray P, what about you?
Our Family Wedding.
That was a fun episode.
Yeah.
That was a fun episode, especially since I had never seen it before. Very fun episode for me. I'm going to go Juice.
Okay. I think you're gonna say that.
And Juice was a good episode. Like, it was just a good episode that we had. I would have said Best Man Final Chapters, but I'm still upset that they didn't release those episodically.
For sure.
I think that would have been so much better how we had a chance to digest. We really took 8 hours of material, or 10 hours, whatever it was, and condensed it into 2 hours. And
listen,
there's more.
It's funny too. Juice is definitely a great episode, bro. And side note, bro, I can't watch or even see people talk about Juice without mentioning that tidbit of information you gave us about Bishop's dad, bro.
Yeah.
I always hit somebody with that every time, bro. And they always like, what? I'm like, yeah, bro. Every time.
Yeah,
crazy.
That's the research we put into it. So let's move to February. Romance Month. Right, Pete? We doing Romance Month again?
We can. I thought about it. We can. I have to think about what's What's out?
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But we started with Brown Sugar. We had Malcolm and Marie, Photograph, and Jumping the Broom. That's a powerhouse of a month as far as episodes go. Excuse me, Ray P. What was your favorite out of those four?
I'm gonna go Malcolm and Marie.
School.
I was gonna say the same, Malcolm and Marie.
Malcolm and Marie. Yeah. That felt good in real time. Before we even hit end recording, that felt good. That's probably and I've said this before, I don't really listen to us a ton. For multiple reasons, not because obviously I think it's great, but just I'm wrapped up in so many other elements of it. I don't want to get too burnt out. But that's up there for most listened to episodes for me. I listen to Malcolm and Marie. Like if I'm taking a drive somewhere or a road trip, if I'm gonna be in the car for an hour or longer, I'll turn on Malcolm and Marie and just revisit that conversation. I really had fun with that episode. Had a lot of fun with it. Yeah, no doubt. Let me move on to March. Scroll back first. My apologies. We'll get this together. When it comes to March, we had Creed, The Temptations, Kingdom Come, and New Jersey Drive. School, I know your answer.
You already know.
Temptations. I know that's your answer. Ray P, what about you?
What was the first one?
Creed.
Oh, it's between Creed and Temptations, honestly.
Creed is Creed is a sleeper of the year. A sneaky good episode.
Yeah.
But I'm going Temptations. We had a lot of fun on that Temptations episode.
Yes.
I'm going Temptations. The music, everything, just the history, the fact that these are real people. I'm going with Temptations. April, we have Liar Liar, which had School's Guilty Pleasures existed in April, I'm sure that would have been
that would have definitely been on SGP.
100%. So we had Liar Liar, Mo Better Blues, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and Draft Day. I know my answer, and it's pretty easy for me.
Mo Better
Blues, man.
Mo Better.
Mo Better Blues was that was a real fun episode, real good conversation. Still on School's ass about liking my man Wesley, man. Why can't I think of his name right now? Shadow. Yeah, still on your ass for really caping for Shadow, but it's all good.
Be like that, man.
Yeah, let's get into May. Another low-key heavy month for us.
Yeah.
We started with Eve's Bayou.
Yeah.
Law-abiding citizen.
Yeah.
Life. Episode 50, Life.
Yes.
And then Focus.
Man. That's bruh. That's a 4 for 4.
That might be a little. That's right up there with February.
Yeah, that's a hard hit.
All right, I'm gonna be the first one to jump out there and say it. Favorite movie personally is Life. My favorite recording was Eve's Bayou.
Okay.
I love that conversation. Okay. And another sneaky, really good episode. Focus. Focus was a good episode when you go back and listen to it in our conversation we had, and it's just a good movie.
Okay. I'm gonna go favorite movie, Eve's Bayou. Favorite recording, Eve's Bayou.
Okay.
I tried to switch it up because it might have low-key been Draft Day, but I think I'm gonna give them both to Eve.
Well, Draft Day was April.
Oh, what was the fourth movie?
Life. Law-abiding citizen. Eve's Bayou and Focus.
Oh. Okay, Eve and Law-abiding citizen.
I ain't gonna hold you. Law-abiding citizen was good too. Now that I think about it.
I was about to say, listen, bro. That was a heavy month, bro. We was 4 for 4. We were striking them down, bro. Man, favorite movie. I'm gonna say Eve's Bayou. Recording Eve's Bayou, bro. Like that Eve's Bayou is nice. It was nice. It was nice.
If you're watching on YouTube and you see us cheesing, specifically me, it's because I just realized we don't really do this. Like we don't stop and it's always on the go. What's next? Let's bang this out. Let's get it out to the people. Let's talk about what's next. I've never really sat down and looked at our year in a whole.
Right.
and reviewed these episodes. So it was pretty cool. And I'm like, damn, we really did have some heat. If
Yeah,
I
and
say so myself, man.
it also, I guess no pun, but it also feels good to give ourselves flowers.
For sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's move on to June. We start June with another, maybe my favorite episode of the year, y'all. If Beale Street could talk, we had Lakeview Terrace, Daddy's Little Girls, and then Get On Up.
Mm,
If Beale Street could talk, easily for me.
Down for me.
me too.
Hands down. No
Me
questions
too.
asked. We ain't even got to do it. July has 2 movies that I'm torn on.
Okay.
So we started with Hustle and Flow. Crooklyn, very controversial. It's going to go down in history as probably that and Soul Food are probably the most controversial Culture Garden episodes.
Crazy.
So we have Hustle and Flow, Crooklyn, Above the Rim, and Pretty Woman.
Mm.
Okay. Above the Rim, favorite movie. Ironically enough, favorite discussion, Crooklyn.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, I like that. Shit. Okay. Favorite movie, Hustle and Flow. Favorite conversation would have to be, damn, Pretty Woman, man.
Okay.
Oh,
Pretty
word.
Woman. Mm-hmm.
Okay, then.
I really, there's nothing better to me than our conversations outside the culture, just because it shows our depth, our like how much we really do this. Like I can sit in a room with whoever. I mean, we ultimately discuss that anyway, and we say that and feel that way about ourselves anyway. But sometimes just to show it is fun.
For sure.
100%. I agree with you, man. For me, favorite movie Above the Rim, favorite recording was Hustle and Flow.
Okay.
I think it had been a while since it was just me in school.
Mm-hmm.
School got me. The first time I watched that movie was with school, and I think that conversation and just what we learned about it, I really had fun with that one. But Above the Rim is right there. When we go into August, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Lean on Me, Boomerang, and Crash.
Boomerang.
Yeah.
Boomerang. But I will say this. Shout out to Ralph, man. Shout out to my brother Ralph.
Yes.
Lean on Me was a cool conversation. It was a lot of fun having him on there, especially as an educator, speaking from Joe Clark's perspective. But Boomerang, I don't think it's close.
Yeah. Killed it.
Yeah, I don't think it's close. September. Crazy Stupid Love, Menace to Society, The Replacements. I'm sorry, no. Those are the only 2 that we released in September. The other one was The School's Guilty Pleasures. So yeah, Crazy Stupid Love or Menace to Society.
Menace.
I'm gonna go Menace. As much as I love Crazy Stupid Love, I'm gonna go Menace.
I'm gonna go Menace as well. So like I said, these months we're getting into School Guilty Pleasure. I'll kind of save that for another segment on school.
Okay.
In October, as far as Culture Guard goes, we have The Replacements, One Night in Miami, CB4, and All About the Benjamins, and Candyman. So we released 5 episodes in October. So once again, we have The Replacements, One Night in Miami, CB4, All About the Benjamins, Candyman.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm going One Night in Miami.
I'm with you. I'm gonna go One Night in Miami.
Hell of a combo.
I'm not gonna hold you. And this is probably because I haven't listened to One Night in Miami.
You going to see before?
Hell no, I'm going All About the Benjamins. I had so much fun. Shout out to my brother Donovan, man. I remember Donovan specifically hit me up and said, "Yo, you was on one and All About the Benjamins episode." Right?
I love it.
I had fun that one. November, we have the Inkwell American Gangster.
Inkwell.
It's tough.
It ain't even close, bro. The Inkwell, like that's
okay. Inkwell, man. I love that movie, man.
I ain't even hesitate.
Yeah.
And then December, which by the time you listen to this out there, our latest December episode will be out. But School, you haven't even heard it yet, so I don't even know if it's fair. But we have Home Alone, Friday After Next, and The Preacher's Wife.
I'm not gonna hold you. We had a great conversation with The Preacher's Wife. It's between that and Home Alone for me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I mean, I guess Home Alone. That's it. That's the only one. I mean,
You love Friday After Next?
no, I did, but I like
the most.
when we're all involved.
Yeah.
that was the most fried episode ever. I don't want to get into recency bias because we literally just recorded, not at the time of you hearing this, but at the time of us recording this episode, we just recorded The Preacher's Wife yesterday.
Yeah,
it was just a uplifting conversation. It just puts you in a good mood.
Yeah.
But I will say overall, Home Alone was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Home Alone was a lot of fun.
For sure.
But yeah, that takes us through the year. Real quick, School. You had 6 episodes of School's Guilty Pleasures released.
Yes.
You had Wild Wild West, Demolition Man, Glitter,
yes,
Joyride, Dutch, and The Fifth Element.
Yeah.
You have a favorite out of those?
1A would be Glitter, 1B would be, and this is recency bias, would definitely be The Fifth Element. Like,
those are my 2 picks as well.
Yeah.
For me, those are my 2 picks. As much fun as we had with Dutch,
yeah,
and even with Wild Wild West, I think that you and Anissa's chemistry on Glitter, to even make a movie like Glitter entertaining for 45 minutes. And then you and Mario, I know it just came out, but you and that was a cool conversation. Even though I just probably out of all of those movies, it's probably the one I like the least.
Right.
Second, Glitter's probably the one I like the least. But I think Glitter gets a bad rap. It's not as bad as what people think it is, but I get why it's a cult classic when it comes to awful movies.
Right.
And then Rachel.
Yeah.
Your Honor. Succession. Harlem. Run the World. Winning Time. Rap Shit.
Your Honor was amazing.
Yes.
What was it? Your Honor?
Harlem.
Harlem.
Run the World.
Run the World.
Winning Time.
Fuck.
Rap Shit. And I'm missing another one.
Succession.
Succession, yes.
I'm gonna go Your Honor, Run the World, Rap Shit. No, Your Honor, Run the World, Winning Time, Rap Shit, Succession.
I'm with that.
What do you have? There's one more that we were just missing. Harlem. What do you have, Harlem?
Oh yeah. Your Honor, Run the World, Winning Time, Rap Shit, Harlem, Succession.
That's my exact order.
Yeah.
I promise you that's my exact order.
Yeah. Your Honor was so good, man.
Your Honor was amazing.
Y'all fucking commentary on it was amazing. It was amazing.
And it's just as different considering like the genre and whatnot. So.
Yes. That goes back to what I was saying, bro. We can sit in the fucking room with whoever.
Y'all hear that?
Nah, straight up, and have a conversation about whatever. I will agree with that.
For sure.
Let's get into the Spotify rap content before we get into voice notes and have some people join us on this episode.
All right.
So this is really cool, mainly because I didn't share any of this with either one of you.
No.
When it comes to Spotify rap. So there's one for the Culture Garden and one for We Got Y'all. So I'm going to start with the Culture Garden.
For sure.
2.9 thousand minutes of content that we released in 2023. A lot of content, y'all. Top episode. What do you think our top episode was as far as listens? Just a shot in the dark.
Shit.
Law-abiding citizen.
What's love got to do with it?
Brown sugar.
Okay.
It was played 238% more than the average episode.
Oh wow.
People really love brown sugar.
Okay.
And full disclosure, and this just dawned on me this very second. I did not pull YouTube numbers. So my apologies. This is strictly Spotify and Apple and Google, audio format.
Okay.
65% of listeners discovered us in 2023. So shout out to y'all out there.
Yes.
We found the Culture Garden this year. We hope you continue with us in 2024.
For sure.
7% of those listeners started with our Creed episode.
Okay.
We were streamed in 4 countries. Now, 99% of it was in the U.S., so it didn't give us like a ranking. But we were streamed in 4 different countries. People share our podcast with other people. So we tell people, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah.
That's what they do. 44% of our podcast was shared via text. Okay. 41% via direct link. 7% via IG. 4% via Facebook. Shout out to the aunties out there.
Yeah.
And 4% via other, which I don't know what other is. I don't know if niggas are mailing it. I don't know what's going on. Other, as far as the listeners, we are rated a 5.0 on Spotify and a 4.9 on Apple.
Come on.
I'm assuming that was just a mistake by somebody. They got fat fingers and hit the wrong button. When it comes to growth for the Culture Garden, we grew 64% in listeners in 2023, 221% in streams, 48% in followers, and 158% in minutes created. Going back to that 2.9 thousand minutes that we did. And something that's really special for me that I think is really cool. We were the top 10 podcast for 37 listeners. We were the top 5 podcast for 31 listeners.
Oh, wow.
And we were the number 1 listen podcast for 15 listeners.
Come on.
Wow. Thank you, guys.
15 people out there chose the Culture Garden to be their favorite podcast that you listen to the most.
That's crazy, man.
Hey, good. Hey, good was about to give us a round of applause, man. You good? Let it fly.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah. At the end of this episode, we'll kind of have a discussion about just taking it all in. But that was pretty cool.
For sure.
This is the first year that we've ever got a Spotify Wrap for We Got Y'all.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about this, especially Rachel, because of the work that you put in and your expertise in television.
Yes.
It's always good to see kind of the fruit of your labor. So, with We Got Y'all, 2.7 thousand minutes of content. So just slightly lower than the Culture Garden, even though we only did 6 series. I'm not going to ask you which top episode, but what series do you think our top episode came from, Rachel?
Your Honor.
Your Honor. Our top episode was chapter 20.
Okay.
Your Honor part 20. That's what they call them parts.
So was that
the finale? No, it's a finale if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
Finale. It was listened to 254% more than the average episode. 96% of our listeners discovered us in 2023. Makes a lot of sense. Like I said, I was shocked that we didn't do anything in 2022.
Yeah.
15% of them started with our first episode of Your Honor.
Okay.
So when we did parts 1 and 2 in one, that's where a lot of our listeners, or 15% of the new listeners, started. This is crazy. We Got Y'all was streamed in 17 countries.
What?
Wow. Okay.
17 countries in 2023.
Sheesh.
86% in the United States. They gave us a top 5. Our top 5 countries are the United States, of course, Canada, United Kingdom, France, and Australia.
Come on, man. Talk y'all shit.
I would.
Bonjour. Other than that,
I will say this on the record right now. I know y'all are out there somewhere. If you are from outside of the U.S., please send us a message, DM at the Culture Garden Podcast. We would love to hear from you, have you on the show, whatever. I think that would be really dope.
For sure.
Thank you for that. We're talking about people sharing our podcast. So for We Got Y'all, 50% of our episodes were shared via text.
Okay.
16% were other. 17% via Facebook, and 17% via direct link. It's flip-flopped from the Culture Garden as far as our ratings. We are 4.9 on Spotify and a 5.0 rating on Apple.
Okay.
As far as the growth goes, we grew 808% in listeners.
It's crazy.
999% in streams, 139% in followers. And like I said, the most fun stat to me, we were the top 10 podcast for 70 listeners.
Okay.
The top 5 for 41 listeners, and the number 1 podcast for 13 listeners.
Wow.
So Culture Garden had 15 at number 1. We got y'all had 13 at number 1. Combined with those 2 podcasts, 28 people walking this earth.
Yep.
Listening to us more than anything else. Any Joe Rogan and Joe Budden and anything else that you can think of. And
talk yo shit.
I'm just saying that's just I like to keep the mindset of act like you've been there, act like you belong in the room.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of shows through our work, but it's also still mind blowing when you it's very humbling that people take their time. The greatest investment is time. So we thank y'all for that. I thought that was really dope. Yeah, that's cool, man. Shout out to Spotify for doing that.
Yeah, I'm truly, truly humbled. I'm blushing. Thank you guys for listening to us run our mouths. Favorite to do. So I appreciate y'all tuning in every week or monthly or whenever we drop these episodes for both Culture Garden. We got y'all and School's Guilty Pleasures. Tap in for sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's roll into, I think it's going to be the most fun part of this episode, which is listener interaction, Culture Garden family interaction. We have some text, we have some voice notes, we have people that are going to jump on. I started telling some people we'll start sending out links at 7:15. We haven't started our voice notes yet. So what we'll do is we'll read a couple texts, play a couple voice notes, have somebody jump in, kind of flow through it as the episode goes, and take it from there. So the first one is from a very special listener. School's Pops, my uncle.
Yeah.
Uncle Skip.
Hey, Uncle.
What's up, Pops?
Yeah.
What's up, Pops?
I ain't gonna say that, man. But Uncle Skip, man, Skip Myers, he sent us a text just saying he's a fan of the show. He would like to say, keep it coming. The fans are loving it. Keep it coming. Yes. Shout out to Uncle Skip, man, because that is right on brand for him. We appreciate you, Unc. Thanks for listening. Thanks for always leaving those YouTube comments. A true fan, like the real joy and excitement he gets is really dope to see.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
So yeah, man. Donovan, man. I talk about Donovan, D Hall. D Hall is, that's like my brother, man. Same as Good. Like we all met at the same time. Well, him and Good known each other since kindergarten. I came around in 4th grade. But we've been friends for that long. And Donovan is a avid supporter. It's funny because anytime you create something or start something new, start a business, one of the things that I think deters people is you expect everybody to be like right there supporting you. And then you quickly find out that's not always the case.
For sure.
And it's not anything personal, whatever it is, but your expectations don't meet what really happens.
Right.
And Donovan is one of those people that always plays the background, but comments on every episode. Has got other people hip. I mentioned, shout out to Nate, not my brother Nate, the artist, but there's Nate Cole, the coach. I mentioned him before in an episode. Yep. I think one of the Martin episodes. Just people that Donovan has introduced to the podcast that he has conversations with. He wasn't able to be on, but he did send a text message just saying, man, listen, I look forward to y'all show, especially these past few months. They haven't been the best for me, but that hour or so block that you guys provide was y'all show. I can just laugh, listen, and talk. I just want to thank y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing. It has a bigger impact than you know.
Man.
Damn, D.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. Love you, my brother.
Around.
Hey, shout out to D Hall. Shout out to D Hall, man. I love you, brother. Love you, man.
Sure.
That means a lot.
Straight up, man. We got a voice note from Shara. Shara follows us on Instagram. Mm-hmm. She is a listener. Full disclosure, I have not listened to any of these voice notes, so these are being played for the first time live on the episode. Hopefully, that's why we're not doing a live show. I will edit it out if y'all say some fried shit. But in the meantime, I'm gonna hold my phone up. So if the quality is not the greatest, my apologies. I'm gonna hold my phone up to the mic, and we're gonna play Sherry's voice note right now.
Hey, the Culture Garden podcast. This is Shara. I am a new fan of this year. And to be honest, the movie Glitter, the one that you did, brought me in just because I remember that movie. A horrible, horrible production movie. But it was really nostalgic because it was like during my childhood and when I grew up. So I just had to tune in, and I've been catching on ever since. I love the programs about the Halloween movies. I do think you guys should keep that around because Mia, one of my good friends, she was one of the invite interviews and viewers, and she did awesome.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved the Home Alone one. Oh my gosh. I think I literally rewatch these every year, just kind of like how you said. And you guys make this show like you're sitting there in the living room with you guys talking to you about these movies. And they're classic, not only to the culture, but in general to just these, to us growing up. I do think, we're all getting older. So obviously having Kleenexes next to us as we're crying at the end of Home Alone is a little bit more sentimental this year, especially after COVID, just, being with your family, everything. But I wanted to say many blessings, great job this year. And I cannot wait to see what you guys have in store for next year. So love, blessings, peace.
Oh man, that was amazing.
Hey man, listen, hold on.
That's awesome.
We gonna make it through without some tears. I'm gonna try.
Hey man, I might need me a Kleenex, man.
This is starting to tug a little bit, man. Sharon, that was moving. That was moving. We're gonna take some time at the end to kind of go through these individually. But that was moving, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for those words. I can't man, I don't even know what to say.
Thank you.
All right, let's see what we got next as far as voice notes. Let's go to my dog. Rich gets it in.
Rich gets it in.
Rich gets it in, man. We got to go to him, man. He first and foremost, I hope you're feeling better. I think he was a little bit under the weather. He wanted to jump on, but didn't think he'd be camera ready at this time. So he did send in a voice note, but even the fact that you sent in a voice note knowing you're not feeling the best means everything. We mentioned Rich a lot. He won. We've only done one giveaway, and Rich was the one that won it for the Black Panther, Black Panther Wakanda Forever giveaway. Hey, good looked at me like, all right, man, we about to play Rich's voice note.
What's up, Culture Garden family? It's Rich here. Rich gets it in. I just wanted to drop a voice note for you guys. I'm a little under weather and I have no haircut, so I can't be on camera this time. I wanted to be, but nah, I can't look crazy. Y'all got some people that follow y'all, but hopefully it's another opportunity down the line, but I couldn't miss this. I couldn't miss talking to y'all. Y'all got to hear my voice. Y'all got to hear me. So here it is. Guys are great and awesome. Rich School and of course Ray P. Little background on this. I found this podcast from my guy DeMario Rayvon. He posted it, I want to say maybe 2021. It was the house party episode. So I caught the Spotify link from IG and I listened there. Well, they kept timing out on me, so I had to keep it started. But I love House Party. It's one of my personal favorite movies. So, but I never caught the name of the podcast. But he posted another one. I'm like, okay. So now I found it on Apple Podcasts, and I've been tuned in every drop, man. I love you guys' opinions, good or bad, on the movies. Yes, Friday After Next was a terrible movie, but it's a Christmas movie.
Thank you.
We don't go back to that. Good and bad opinions, man. Whatever y'all do, I just love to watch it. I love to listen. One of my favorite you guys are one of my favorite podcasts around. In my weekly rotation, if you don't drop, then it falls off my full day. Like I'm discombobulated. I don't know what to do. I gotta figure some other stuff out. I'll go back to an old episode. But like Thursday mornings is like Thursday morning. That's what I do. I listen to y'all. Like I have it set. That's my thing for Wednesday. I got my podcast, my shows I listen to while I'm driving, while I'm out, because I'm on the road a lot. And that's what I do. So there we go. Let's see. A couple of my favorite moments. Let's see here. Winning the Black Panther tickets. It was random for me just to cut the episode on and boom, down hear my name. It was such an amazing feeling. Mm-hmm. I really appreciate y'all for that. First episode again was House Party. My favorite episodes. Let's see. Head of State, Life, Training Day, Liar Liar, Above the Rim. And I also enjoy Winning Time and Your Honor on We Got Y'all. Like I just need to hear that stuff because I know people that don't watch those shows, but I know people that do. We rarely ever talk about it. So hear somebody else talk about them. I need that. I needed that.
Yeah.
And it's also a movie that I've never seen that I listen to y'all stuff. And like now I gotta go back and watch it. Like people tease me because I never seen The Best Man. You know, so I listen to y'all episodes, but you know, I go back and watch. I'm gonna go back and watch it. I really had no interest in seeing it, but it speaks a lot just to listen to y'all and hear what y'all say about it and make me want to go through it. Anything y'all put out, I'm listening to. School's Guilty Pleasures is so up my alley. Like I love movies that others think is terrible. The bad film, the low budget, whatever you want to call it. Like, I was always buying bootleg DVDs when I was in college and in my young high school ages, buying bootleg DVDs. Now, right now, I watch Tubi all the time, every night. Like everything. I've probably seen everything on Tubi. Almost, Some stuff a little embarrassing, but still. Also, I feel a connection for you guys. I hear you guys talk about University of Toledo sometimes. I'm a Rocket. I went there from about 2003 to 2006. I don't know if we ever went at the same time or anything, but I do get the connection and some of the stuff y'all say and speak about it. To wrap up, I'd like to thank y'all for all that y'all do. Y'all have lives and other things going on, but y'all make the time for this and put it out for the people, and I know y'all thoroughly enjoy it because I can hear it in your voices. Mm-hmm. It's funny. I always, every time I see Rachel post on Instagram, I see her I'm like, dang, she on tour. I say she on tour all the time. She on the move, but I love it. Like, I love y'all personality through the mic. And then, like, when I see y'all interacting or just see something on y'all, I'm like, damn, they act just alike. It just acts like, y'all are officials. Like, so when you hear your voice and what you guys say, it's always official. I appreciate Rich. He always checking in on me. He always DM me, he'll DM me, just say, I'm just randomly checking in, see how you feeling, we got to do that from time to time, and I do the same. He always give me congratulations on stuff, wish me happy birthday, like, y'all are amazing, man, y'all truly are, like, the amount of times that y'all shouting me out on your podcast is just alone, like, I know people like me, and I get a lot of recognition at sometimes, but just to hear it, like, it just makes me really feel good, man. Like, even school told me before his first episode, we was DMing. He's like, yeah, I'm doing Demolition Man. I said, you know what? I love Simon Phoenix, man. I just feel honored for him to tell me that. Like, he didn't have to. I could have waited 2 weeks like everybody else. He told me that. And then, I appreciate that. Some family stuff, man. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
But all in all, keep going, y'all. Keep putting the great content out and just do what y'all do, man. And keep it coming, man. Love, family. Until the next time, Rich. And as school would say, peace.
Yo,
That's
Rich.
Oh man,
Hey, I'm dropping a tear. This gonna happen, man.
Yeah, there might be a tear before this is all said and done. Man. That was incredible
in my heart.
He did it for about 5 minutes, and man, OG, one of the first people that publicly supported Culture Garden, man. We appreciate. There's so much to digest there, Rich, man. We'll get to you at the end. Thank you for taking your time, knowing you're not feeling the best, to send that voice note. And listen, we got our first guest ready. I see her in the lobby.
Hey.
I'm going to bring her in. That's another thing for y'all listening and watching. I don't think I fully told School and Rachel exactly who's going to be on the show, who's doing voice notes. So this might be a surprise to some, but it's only fitting. Let me go ahead and bring her in and give her a proper
I think I know who it is.
No, you don't. You don't. Neither one of y'all do, because School don't even know. I didn't even tell School.
Okay.
No.
Hello.
What's happening?
Not at all. I thought it was.
Uh-huh.
So, everybody out there listening, let me give a proper introduction
For sure.
to my role model, my inspiration, the
Yes.
best person I know. That is
Yes.
not hyperbole. There is not one step that this woman has made that I haven't tried to follow. The biggest shoes in the world to fill because she's great at everything, and the thing that she wants to master. Our very, very, very first guest
Yep.
on the Culture Garden podcast, episode 5, a podcast about Nina covering Love Jones, her favorite movie, my big sister, Angel.
Period.
Thank you for joining us on
Yes.
the show. How are you feeling, big sis?
Man, I'm feeling great, especially after that introduction. I need to take you with me everywhere I go. Okay. We should have recorded that because I could just, that'll be my thing. But
I'll clip it out for you. I'll clip it out for you.
But seriously, shout out to the Culture Garden podcast and family.
Yes.
I am so proud of you. Kyron, as well as my cousin Isaiah, Schoolboy,
Yes.
K Rich, all the things.
Yes.
And Rachel, nice to meet you.
I thoroughly meet you.
Yes. Giving love all the way from Baltimore, Maryland. But no, I am just so proud of K Rich and Schoolboys, just them stepping out, you know what I mean? And doing something that they love. Especially Kyron, he loves movies, and it just comes across, in his, the first time I watched, listened to the podcast, I was like, oh my gosh, the level of detail and research and knowledge that he gives about the episodes and the production. And did you know? And here's a fun fact. I think just really sets you guys all apart. And of course, Schoolboy just always been he keeps the family laughing. He keeps everybody laughing. So, you got to have that element too. And so I'm just glad that you all have really built something great and special. Yes. And I know it's just only going to continue to grow. So it's awesome to be on the Friends and Family episode.
Absolutely, man. Thank you. Question for you, real quick. So you were in the very early stages of the Culture Garden, episode 5. What do you remember about because that was probably your podcast introduction as well, as far as you being on the podcast and actually being a guest?
Yep.
How was that experience for you?
I loved it. Because Kyra knows Love Jones is my movie, hands down. I can do the quotables. I mean, that's my movie. So when he said, come on for the Love Jones episode, I was like, bet, that's all me. Yes. So it was great to help break down that episode, and just because I just have so many fond memories of that movie. And it's just such a, for my generation, it was definitely one of the, just classics, it's a classic. And so, I love that. So it was fun and had a great time.
Yeah, I appreciate you. So the whole purpose of this is to get the people that show us love week in and week out and make sure we give them their flowers as well. So I'm sure Rachel and School want to pile on, but Angel, you already know what it is, but just to have somebody and lucky and blessed enough to be a sibling who just puts light on and speaks life into your dreams and visions and passions, and always showing support, always making me look at things from a different perspective if needed. Maybe it's not going the way you need route A, so try route B. You always have options, obviously, of course, keeping my faith involved and keeping it grounded and making sure I lead, look to God for guidance and direction, and just, making sure that I put things in that spiritual bank as we talk about the whole nine. I just want to give you your flowers for being not only the Culture Garden's #1 fan, but my #1 fan, as you have been since 1987. It goes both ways. I'm such a big fan of you, and I'll sing your praises from any mountaintop, because that's how high I hold you in esteem and the whole nine. Angel, I love you so much, and I thank you for taking the time to jump on here. We can't have Culture Garden without you.
Absolutely.
Like I said, you opened up the door and the window for us to let us know that instead of just being two kids that are recording from an iPhone 7, we can have real people who also love movies that join us and expand this and share their experiences with us. Getting a woman's perspective. Before Rachel, you were the first person we had a woman's point of view on, especially for a movie like Love Jones. So thank you so much. I just want to take that time. I'm so glad you were able to join us, because I know you're a very busy woman. But I also know you wouldn't have missed it for the world if you couldn't.
Of course not.
Yeah. I want to share those sentiments, the same as Rich. You have always been supportive of me, my family. Anything I need, I know I can reach out to you, and you've always been supportive. When me and Rich told you about the pod, like he said, like you were like, what you need from me? What, and like he said, we needed a woman's perspective, and it just so happened to be Love Jones. He was like, let's do it. I think you're the first. We already know you're the first guest, but you were the first person to teach us that we might not need to edit because you were on it. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't have to edit anything. Like,
my fault, school. First episode we didn't edit.
Yeah, straight through.
I don't mean to cut in real quick. I remember, now that you say that, school, I remember us looking at each other, and I think that's kind of how the idea of adding Rachel even sparked, because we realized how much smoother things roll with three people. Just having a regular conversation. Those first few episodes were a little bit rough on the editing room, because we didn't know what we were doing. But you came in and just really changed that whole dynamic. And we were like, whoa, that was easy.
Yep.
Sorry, cool, but I had to say that.
No. I definitely wanted that to be known. So besides that, that's just, it's all love. I love you so much, and just thank you.
Oh, I love you, schoolboy.
Yes.
This is so beautiful. Kyra speaks so highly of you all the time, so I feel like I already know you, but thank you so much for all of your support and kicking the door down for me.
You are so very welcome, and I am just, man, I'm so honored. Seriously, my heart is full. And I'm just so glad that you guys are reaching, a global audience. That's what I'm excited and I'm proud of, because other people are getting to see and witness and hear, the talent, the love, the creativity, and who you all are as just the gentlemen that you've all grown up to be. Because being an older sister and an older cousin, it just makes me so proud to see the men that you all are becoming. And that's what, you're just great men of God, men of integrity. And that's what's important. So I just love it so much. And anything that I can do to continue supporting the podcast and any other dreams that you want to, pursue, I'm all for it.
Thank you so much. We love you.
Always. Angel, big sis, love you. I'll give you a call, obviously, holiday season right here, but I'll give you a call before then, just to wrap with you.
Yes.
Had to have you you're the first guest on this episode, the same way you were a first guest for the Culture Garden.
Yes.
That wasn't by mistake. That was very intentional. I couldn't think of anyone better to hold that number one slot. So thank you for joining us. We love you. And I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Y'all take care.
All right. Peace. Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, man.
Peace, man.
Oh, shit.
This is crazy. Man. We're waiting on someone. I just sent a link out to them. So while we're waiting for them to jump on, we have a voice note from Jordan.
Okay.
That we'll go ahead and play. Shout out to Kingdom Come. As well. I want to hear what she has to say, and we'll take it from there. So
let's get it.
Rachel, Rich, and School, I'm so thankful for y'all in this platform. From the first episode I listened to, which was, I think, soul food, to what y'all are doing now with We got y'all in School's Guilty Pleasures. It's been absolutely amazing to listen and now watch y'all do your thing every week. It's not every day you get folks to review Kingdom Come and Crash for you. So for that alone, y'all are the dopest people I've ever met. I am forever in awe and inspired by y'all and the hard work that you put into this craft and what you're doing. And I can't wait to see where it takes y'all. I'm rooting for you. Y'all be cool. How y'all be cool? Peace.
I love it. Thank you, Jordan.
Love it. Thanks, Jordan.
Man. Shout out to Jordan, man. Jordan is Jordan be on my ass, man, about some of our episodes, but I love it, and not just Culture Garden. She good earners.
Yeah.
Should be on Mo, Spike, all of us, man. We had to give a disclaimer once because of certain things. So I love people that can hold us accountable because we really do have a responsibility, even though this is a ton of fun. We all know the state of podcasting, and just you open up your phone and you just see nonsense and people just getting on the mic and saying anything.
Yes.
As much as we like to be authentic and fun, and we are going to be ourselves, and going to be some ignorant moments, we're never going to abuse our privilege of being able to spread information to the world, and we're never going to just be out here saying whatever.
Right. Facts.
Even though one of our favorite things to say is, I just be on this mic talking. We just be on this mic saying whatever, but there is some responsibility to it. So Jordan, shout out to you. Much love. Another Culture Garden, OG Culture Garden family. We definitely appreciate you. In the meantime, our next guest has joined us. He's in the lobby right now. I'm going to bring him in, give him his proper introduction. My dog.
The guy.
What up?
Mario Rio.
Yo.
Host of the Tunnel Vision podcast, which focuses on sports. Longtime family of myself in school.
Yes.
I'm talking about going way, way, way back. I've got throwback Thursdays with this guy from way back when we was wearing 2X tall tees and throwback jerseys. You know what I mean? So Mario, man, my guy, you were just on the episode of School's Guilty Pleasures. We just sang your praises about and good over here, like Mario? Yeah, Mario.
Yo, what up, good?
Silly.
Hey, that's what happens when you know somebody for so long, man. You can just, you know what I mean? But Rio, man, how you feeling, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm about to go to the gym, get some shots up.
About to get some shots up, you said.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be respectful, man. I'm gonna let you
don't get Goody going, man. Don't get him going. Don't get him going, man.
Don't get him
but
started.
Man, listen, we appreciate you tuning in, man. We appreciate you clocking in with us. We've mentioned your name plenty of times before you made your debut on School's Guilty Pleasures. I was joking with Rachel. I was joking with Rachel yesterday after we recorded our last episode for the year. And I was just like, man, like Rio ain't got no regard because he wants all the heavy hitter movies. He wants to be a guest on all the classics. My man, he don't want to just slide me a little, movie here and there. Nah, I want to be on The Wood and I want to be on this. I'm like, hold on, man. I want to be on Hitch.
He know I want to be on The Wood. Since y'all started the podcast, I done came to Rich like, yo.
And I still haven't committed to it, man, because The Wood is just one of those movies, man. But nah, all joking aside, man, we appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you jumping on. This whole purpose of this is to give flowers to the people that give us our flowers week to week. There's been so many times because I'm not even active on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, that much. But there's a lot of times where I'll just get a notification, you reposting our episode releasing, or you sending out a link to check out the latest episode of Culture Garden. And
absolutely,
you're showing us love, man. And when you don't have to, you just do it out of the pure genuineness that you love what we do. And we thank you for that, man. It means a ton.
For sure.
Nah, for real. I definitely want to give you your flowers. So I want to make sure I got onto the episode so I can tell you face to face all y'all. But not for real. Like it's out of all the podcasts I listen to, it's probably the most authentic podcast like I've ever listened to, like including sports podcasts.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
I mean, you know, people get on and they, you know, they say stuff to be politically correct or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's cool. Like, and I get it. It's the nature of the beast. But like, not, you know what I mean? And I know y'all personally, you know what I mean? I've been on y'all. So when y'all say stuff, I'm like, oh, that's how you really feel. Like, I mean, not for real. And Ray P, I will say this. Hey, what you add to the show, even though you don't like Queen and Slim, it's cool.
That's my life.
I thought it was.
Hey, was we arguing about that on Twitter?
I don't know if we were arguing about it. I think I'll say this.
Having the answer.
I'm with you as far as like it's not a great film. Like I think that they definitely hyped it up. But I think it is cool though for at the time, especially with all the racial tension going on.
Yeah.
It was definitely something that was cool. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's a lot of stuff in that film that I'm like, that would never happen. Like,
yeah, it was real unnecessary.
Yeah.
But I appreciate your commentary.
Yeah, nah. Right. But I got something to say about one episode in particular. And this is one of the earlier episodes.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. All right, let's get it over with, man. Come on.
The Will Smith episode, man. Rich did not show Will the proper appreciation, man.
Hey.
He didn't. And I texted him right after I listened to it. I texted them both back. I text both of y'all. Nah.
And school was like, hey, man, talk to him.
Yeah.
I gave Will his shit. Talk to him.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. Willard Smith is he is a top 5 actor of any of all time. Of all time.
All right.
Rachel, remember when I told you, Rachel, Mario be jumping out the window on his takes and he stands on them.
Top 5 actor of all time. When I tell y'all, he should have won the Oscar a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, let me go ahead and step in. Rio, you've been my dog since forever, bruh. 8th grade. Like we go way back. So like I said on Guilty Pleasures, like I appreciate you showing up and showing out for me every time whenever I call you and I need you, or yo, come do this, yo, meet me here, blah 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 blah. You there? Let's do some quick lunch. All right, I'm there. Like so I appreciate you for that. But I will say this, your takes be pretty wild, my brother.
Can I give some perspective outside of movies? Let me just tell the audience a little bit about Mario. Let me tell you.
Go ahead.
You saw, for those watching or you listening, you saw my brother Good come around the corner. The reason he does that or makes comment when Mario talks about ball, you know, Good is an accomplished athlete, Division I player, played professionally. Mario straight up told that man, I'll never forget, we was at Rasconi's on a Friday night, chilling, just kicking it out of nowhere. I'll beat your ass on hoop. What? Huh? And Goody looking at him like, bro, you know, I'm an athlete. Like, that's what I do. Like, what are you talking about? Mario went back down. Mario challenged a D1 track athlete to a race. I showed up because I wanted to witness it. Because he really thought he could beat him. Like, I play basketball with Mario. Mario, there's nobody Mario doesn't think he can beat. But the one thing I always say I love about Mario, and I mean this genuinely, the one thing I always say, Mario has always been him. Like, there's never been anything new.
Facts.
You know exactly who he is. You respect the confidence that he has. And don't let him beat you.
Oh, man.
Don't let him
win.
Don't let him win. You're gonna want to put hands on Mario.
Now listen.
But that's my brother, man. That's my dog.
That's my dog. But here's the bad part about it. He a sore loser.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sore loser, man.
I got better.
Oh, okay, good.
I got better.
Good.
Wait, I'm a sore loser for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I will say this though. I'm always gonna give 110%.
Fact.
Now you are. That's a fact. That's a fact. 100%. Real quick about your will take. So listen, I think I called school maybe a month or two ago. And I was like, school, man, I got an idea for 2024. Maybe it's time to revisit some of our earlier episodes and have a revisionist history. Because the more I watch Will, I'm like, man, I was bugging on that episode. And Soul Food, I might have been bugging a little bit on that.
For sure.
So there's a few things, and there's some episodes that we did without Rachel. There's a few that I really want Rachel's perspective on. So I think that's something that we'll have mapped out for 2024. But Mario, to your credit, to your respect, I'm going to revisit Will. I'm going to revisit that episode because I have not listened to it since 2020. I'm going to revisit the wild shit that I was saying. And then we will just go ahead and blend in a new revisit. And maybe we'll have you on the episode because I know you're Will Smith's #1 fan.
Yeah.
Hey, that's my dog.
I used to watch Fresh Prince so much.
Yeah. I know almost every episode line by line now. So
like we like Martin. That's just love Fresh Prince.
I love it.
Yeah.
True fan. But Rio, for all that you do for us, for your contributions to School Guilty Pleasures,
yes,
everything in between, you will definitely be on an episode. That's what I was saying. We'll work out the details. I know for sure. I told School, I said, man, I know that you guys, for about a 4 or 5 year span, probably spent damn near every day together. And that came out on the Fifth Element episode. And I told School, like, yo, the chemistry was just amazing. Like, it's just right. And the way you guys play off each other, it's just something that you don't lose. I've always loved your guys' friendship.
I lived with him for a minute.
Yep.
You said what?
I lived with him for a minute, remember?
Yeah. You did. But yeah, I just, man, Rio, I love you, man. You family. Like, I don't say that lightly. I'll let you know. Your birthday roll around. I'm making sure I hit you up, not just to say happy birthday, but bro, where you at, man? Where we getting a drink at? Something just to fellowship and enjoy life. You know, I know your peoples. Love your moms like mine. Like, it's just all love, man. So we appreciate you jumping on. We thank you for that.
Yeah, same, man. I love y'all, man. I appreciate everything y'all do for the culture.
You, big dog.
You know what I mean? For the film audience, you know what I mean? Like this is for like I said before, man. It's the most authentic podcast I think you ever gonna find. Like, you can't ask for more than that. You know what I mean?
That means so much, man. Like, seriously, like, it's gonna take a while for us to properly digest all of this. That means so much, man. And we thank you for jumping on. More work to come in the future, more conversations. Love you, bro. You be cool, man. Happy 2024 to you, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, same. And right before I go, I'm glad that you walked back everything you said about next Friday on the Friday after next podcast, because next Friday is low key but high key the best of the series. It's the funniest.
All right, man. Go on, bro. Go on. Sure. All right, Rio. We was cool until that, bro. I knew you could. You had to get you had to get your Rio on, didn't you? You had to pull a Rio and just come on, man. It's not better than Friday.
Hey, School. You know,
Rio. I'll holler at you, man. We'll holler at you, Rio. Get out.
All right, man. Y'all be cool.
Bye.
All right, bro.
My dog, man. Shout out
it's like that. It's like that skit on Lil Jon. Damn, nigga, get off the phone.
Oh man, shout out to my dog, man. I told you, I knew he couldn't help himself but to say some wild shit before he got out of here.
Had to.
And the good thing is that's not showmanship. That's just who he is.
Yes,
he strongly believes that. He thinks that next Friday is better than the original Friday.
No.
And he'll have reasons. He'll give you an outline. So we have our next guest in the lobby right now. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and bring her in, give her her introduction, and we will take it from there.
Hey!
Mia, what is good? Mia. What's happening with you?
Oh my God, Ray
P. Real quick, before I introduce you and all that, I know this is something you've been waiting on in regards to just meeting Ray P.
It is.
So I'm glad that you guys are able to connect and be on the same screen. That's something that Mia's told me personally, like, just a big fan of you, Rachel. Just waiting for this moment. So I'll let you give her flowers, since that's what this is all about.
Can I? Okay. Like, you are so dope. Like, crazy joke. Like I listen, I'm a little bit newer to the podcast than probably a lot of people. Like I heard about it through a mutual friend of me and Kyron. And so I've just been like binging and binging and binging it. And I've been binging We Got Y'all. And I'm like, damn, Ray P is just so cool. Like she always knows what to say. Like it's just so natural. You just have like this real quick wit. And I'm like, ooh, I need to like study. Like it's so natural. And I'm just so glad to finally be able to like share space with you.
Oh, thank you. I really, really appreciate that. I'm really speechless. I don't know. I don't take, I mean, I love compliments, but like it's humbling compliments, not vanity. But thank me. I know we talked a little bit in the DMs the other day, but no, just thank you. That makes me feel
You're
really,
welcome.
really good. I'm
So proper introduction, that voice you just heard, if you're not watching on YouTube, that is Mia, who was a guest on episode 70. Candyman, I will say you're in the rare category of someone who inspired an episode.
Yeah.
And I don't think I didn't, you know what, Mia, I was thinking about it afterwards. I didn't really tell the story of how it happened. So literally, for those who don't know, or haven't listened for a long time, neither myself or Rachel are into horror films, like at all. School will dabble into them much more than myself or Rachel, but we're just not a horror film type of podcast. And it was after one of the Bengals games. We were all at the game. We weren't together, but I just happened to be at this place called the Filson, and I saw Mia and Shaq. I talk about Phil all the time. That's my brother.
Shout out to Shaq.
What up, Phil?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Shaq. Shout out to Shaq, man. Shout out to Phil. And we were having a small conversation. I think this was right when you were still kind of catching up with the Culture Garden. And you were saying, hey, man, you guys need to do a Halloween episode, do something, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, you know what, we don't really do that. And I just stopped. Why don't you do it then? Why don't you come on the episode? And of course, Shaq being Shaq, being the friend that he is, he hyping you up. Like, yeah, do it. I'm like, you want to do a Halloween? You're going to have to do it because I know Rachel ain't going to do it. And maybe school will do it. But if you want to, I will. Because you also said something that I just want to highlight, and it meant the world to me. I shared it with Rachel in school some months ago. You made a random post on your story about catching up on the Culture Garden and being inspired.
I was. Like, so how I was even introduced to the podcast. So our friend Phil, he knows like I'm a huge cinephile. Like I'm always asking him, like, have you seen? And he's like, no, because he's just not that guy. And he's like, and so one day I was talking to him, like, you know, I really have been thinking about podcasting. And he's like, really? Like my boy Kyron has a podcast. And he's like, what would you want it to be about? I'm like, I really want to do something around film. Like, you know, I really love film. He's like, that's exactly what his podcast is about. I'm like, what? He's like, you should hit him up and get some ideas or like see if he'll kind of like mentor you a little bit. So I hit up Kyron and we just started to chat. I started listening to the podcast just like religiously. And I still do. Like I was listening to it earlier today, listening to it yesterday is probably like every day. And so, but I am a little bit shy. I'm a little shy. So when he first was like, you know, we'll do the Halloween episode if you do it, I was like, I'm scared. Like I had to like hype myself up to do it. And Shaq was like she was like my like hype man. And she was just like my biggest cheerleader. And once I finally did it, I was so glad that I did because I was like, this was so much fun. And then I got to do an episode of School's Guilty Pleasures too.
Yes.
The Joyride, which was super fun because it was a film I hadn't seen in a while. Like I was super duper familiar with Candyman. That was like right in my house. I'm like an expert on that. But then with Joyride, I was like, ooh, okay. This is gonna be a test of like my knowledge. But you guys are like, you're so real. Like I just feel like when I listen to you guys, like I'm just listening to like my people. And I always feel like I'm a part of the conversation, even though like I'm in the car or I'm like at my desk, I'm listening. And I'm always just like talking on like, yeah. And yeah, I've just been really enjoying it. And it is definitely my top podcast of 2023. Like I've shared, like I'm so like invested. I'm like, I just wish you guys all the success in the world. Like I'm like, I need to promote it. Like I need to like share because I'm just like I want it to be like I want people to know. So I'm always telling people about it and making sure like I throw it in my little conversations and make sure when I see it, like I'm getting caught up. I'm almost all the way caught up.
I love
That's
it.
crazy.
I loved it. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you specifically for the Halloween episode, stepping up, you know, showing up, showing out. Like I listened to that episode and I called Rich. I don't even think I was finished with it. I said, yo, I need her. I need her on one of mine. Like straight up. Like you're talented. When you know some shit, you know it, and you're not afraid to spit it out. So that's definitely a positive. Man, you got it. You dope. So for sure, I can speak for both of them when I say you will be back. You gonna be on another episode.
I hope so.
100%. Real quick, just to piggyback that off that. I know you say you're shy and everything, and I know you were a little bit shy before we recorded. And I told you, just flow. You love. One thing I want to highlight about you, not only just your skill set, because you were a natural. I just
thank you.
We'll talk about it ASAP, but you can tell that you're a cinephile. There's a difference between people who like certain movies and a person who likes movies. Like I love film. I will dive into the bag and just go into it. And just your love for the film, it oozes out. You can easily tell, and that's what makes the conversation so fluid. Because, as I mentioned, I'm not a Halloween horror movie type of guy. So you kind of like led that conversation, and for it to have been your first time ever recording, at least on our podcast, or it had been a while since you had to dust off the mic. I just thought it was natural, and it immediately turned into, how can we utilize media? Like, what can we do? I started reaching out to you about maybe doing like real versions or real descriptions of our movies so we can put them on social media. We talked about the Marvel thing that we're going to be kicking off in 2024, just ways to get you involved. It's almost like having the Warriors back in 2017. And you got so many dope pieces that you're like, yo, we got to get some playing time somewhere. So that appearance alone was just sparked up these ideas, and we're excited to be working with you in 2024, doing some things and some different projects. And not only that, anytime that we see somebody has a passion, regardless of what it is, it doesn't have to be podcasting. I think all three of us are the type of people, if we can help or support in some type of way or share our knowledge that we've had, we're more than welcome to do it. It just so happens that you love movies, and I'm like, no, there's some kind of lane we can carve out. Because everybody, I'm so proud of School and Rachel for doing their thing. And I'm like, man, I think we can build. And School will tell you, man, we've been thinking about this Marvel thing for a couple of years, and just like, how do we put this together? How does this work? And then, once we linked up, it was just kind of like, all right, let's get this on the ground running because of your love for that genre. And it's perfect because it's not, I always try to play to everybody's strengths. So I know Ray P enough. Ray P, that's my girl, man. I know her well enough to know what Ray P's not going to do. I know what movie I'm going to say and say, hey, this is my pick. And Rachel's going to be like, all right, I'm going to catch y'all next week. Same with School. The same with School. Like our movie that's going to, our last film that we put out for 2023, Rachel was when we recorded yesterday, School wasn't on it. And Rachel was like, I kind of figured this. It's just kind of one of those things. So we're excited to be working with you, man. I just want to give you your flowers. And I don't think it's said enough of how much it means to people like us when you're not provoked, it's not asked for. You just go out of your way to just like, hey, here's a repost. Check out this episode. It's so small to some people, but it's so big to us because that's a whole new set of eyes. That's a whole new however many followers that are being introduced. So the fact that you do that on your own time and your own accord, it just means the most to me. Rachel, I don't mean to hog everything. I don't know if you have anything to say before we get moving.
You said it all, but I just, again, really, really, truly, truly humble. And I too, not necessarily shy, but was very anxious about recording, and still slightly uncomfortable with it. So just the fact that we're making an impact really, really, truly means a lot to me. And I'm excited to see what you do. I'm
Oh
excited.
my goodness.
Yes.
You would never know you had any type of anxiety about recording.
Yeah, real bad. Real bad. But I just be running my mouth. So that's it. That's it. But thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
You guys are so dope. Y'all are the best.
Thank you, man. We
Thank you.
appreciate you.
Sure.
We'll be rapping. We got more stuff coming up.
For sure.
We're gonna move on to our next segment, but thank you for hopping on and giving
Thank
us
you.
flowers.
Thank you,
We're
guys.
happy to be able to get it. Absolutely, man. Peace. Thank you. I don't even. I mean,
Crazy.
what to say, man? What
My
to say?
heart
This
is full, man.
Yeah.
heart is full, and we're not even finished. That's what's crazy about it. I'm tapping in our next guest. In the meantime, what are your thoughts so far, y'all?
I'm geeked.
I
I'm
know, like
I'm really humbled by everybody.
I
Everybody's
can't.
story.
I'm still like countries.
Crazy.
You still stuck on countries?
I'm still over here countries, bro. Countries. That's crazy.
That is wild, though, right? 17 countries where we got y'all.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
I don't know. Maybe it's just one. For me, it's always like, how do you even find us? Like, how does that even happen?
Mm-hmm.
How do we come across all of that stuff? I don't know, man. It's just insane. I'm humble. I truly am.
Really.
I truly am. I got another voice note.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and get this set up and play. Sent the link out to our next guest. So while we wait on her, let me go ahead and send a voice note. I know we just talked about my brother Phil. He wanted to jump on. For those who don't know, I probably said it before. Phil has 4 girls, 4 and under, 2 sets of twins. His 2 oldest girls had tumbling class tonight, so he didn't know if he'd be able to make it in time. He did send a voice note. He said, in case I can, I'll send you a voice note. And that way you know if I'm coming on or not. So I got the voice note. He said 1 take P. So I guess he did it in 1 take. I'm going to go ahead and play it, man. Let's get to it. This is Phil.
Rich, School, Ray P, salute to y'all. Major props to y'all for the dedication to y'all passion for film. It's evident that y'all care about what y'all discuss, and the effort y'all put in is top tier. To push out the as much content as y'all do, is truly commendable. So I just want to say, keep going, keep growing, and keep glowing. I truly love the space that y'all have created. Y'all really got a whole network of shows, from Culture Garden to Schools Guilty Pleasures to We Got Y'all. And I know it's even more to come. So just to touch on a couple of my favorite episodes, because, I'm an OG listener. So I'm going to take it back to the 5 Heartbeat episode. That was a classic episode and still the first one that I tell people to check out when I'm telling them about the show. The Best Man episode, really all the Best Man episodes were really some of my favorite content as well. I think the first Best Man episode was actually Ray P's first appearance, and I'm pretty sure her back has been sore from carrying y'all since then. Set It Off, Queen of Slim, Law Abiding Citizen, loved all of those episodes. And I definitely got to give a special shout out to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle episode, as well as the Candyman episode, because some of the homies was on there, Sneaker Dave, Mia, making their guest appearances. So salute to y'all for that as well, incorporating other people and sharing their passion for film as well. So again, shout out to y'all. Salute on everything that you've done, everything that you're going to continue to do. And continue to be.
Cut off? Might cut off, man.
It's my dog, man.
As well. Queen of Slim. Again, shout out to you. And continue to
it cut off. So that wasn't us, that was him. So much for one take P. But nah, man, Phil that's my brother, man. That's like really genuinely like his girls, his wife's like my sister, like all of that, man. It's just like a real, like one of the most genuine, good-hearted dudes that you can come across.
One of the funniest niggas in the world, bro.
Fun, hilarious. Like on Ray P type of funny where they're funny because they're dead ass serious.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I feel just a different dude, man. I call him sick all the time. Like you just a sick dude. That's my guy. That's my guy, man. There's not too many people that I would want in my corner, regardless of what I was, battling or facing. He's one that shows up every single time, no questions asked. One of the most humble dudes, but also, I would say one of the things I love the most about Phil's not gonna let you rest on your laurels.
Yeah.
Like if he sees potential in you, if he sees that you care about something, if you tell him I have a vision and a goal and a passion for something, Phil's the type that's gonna check in with you like, yo, what's going on? Like you said you was doing this, are you doing it? You ain't doing it? Oh, you bullshitting. Like he will be on your ass and put that spark in you, like, all right, man, you know what, you're right. Like let me get on it. So just the accountability, because I treasure and value that in friends, in family, because it's all from a place of I just want you to be the best version of yourself. We have a lot of conversations about, Culture Garden, SGP. We got y'all, just his input and things. So thank you, man. Thank you, Phil. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for being an OG Culture Garden listener.
Yes.
We appreciate you, man. It means the world to us, dog. It really does. It really does.
Absolutely.
I don't have any more voice notes, but I believe you do, Rachel, correct?
Yes.
All right. So while you pull that up, School, how you feeling, brother? How you?
Oh, I'm feeling
How
great.
you feeling about? Yeah, man. I was gonna ask you earlier, man. SGP, you're 6 episodes in.
Yes.
Got started in September. I know we got a lot scheduled for you for 2024. How does it feel just to kind of be in your own space and be in your own lane when it comes to certain movies that are just a very specific taste?
Yeah, it feels great. Specifically because it's been times where it's movies that I tried to incorporate in CG and y'all like, and I'm like, damn, how can I do these? And of course, Rich being the supportive big brother that he is, he came to me and was like, bruh, do your own shit. Like, I don't have to be involved in everything. Like, same with Ray P. She backed him up, like, yeah, nigga, get your hustle on, do your thing. So I love both of y'all for that. And it feels good to have that. Like, I sent my whole list of, soon as we sat down and talked about it, bro, I came up with a list. I add to that list almost every other day of just crazy ass movies.
Yeah, some crazy shit too. Real quick, Cole, I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah,
we got somebody in the lobby right now.
Uh-oh.
Man, I am extremely excited to talk to her. I'm gonna bring her on now. We're gonna get a proper introduction. I'm just happy she was able to join us. Let's go ahead and get it going.
Hello, it's Christina.
Hello.
Christina, what's happening?
How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for putting this on. This is awesome.
How are you?
Doing good. Finals are over. Kids are asleep.
I know that's right.
No greater feeling, man. We Christina, let me just be the first to say, all right, this whole premise is just to give some love and show some flowers to just people that support us and send that love to us all the time. And you are genuinely, like, it's weird sometimes how social media, you can kind of connect with people and it's very familiar. You are one of those few rare people where it's like, man, I kind of feel like I know Christina, and not on, I don't know what it is. It's just the sense of humor that we share. Your family is hilarious. I just get it.
Yes.
I said it on an episode before. You were a top 3 follow for me. just because everything's right on my lane. And I think we've talked in the past, and you have a history in comedy, correct?
Yeah, I had like a popular blog. I've gone viral before, but this was like the early 2010s.
Okay.
I don't know. You guys are a little bit younger than me. If you remember, like Very Smart Brothers was a blog. I used to write for them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I had a post that went viral where they just ate me up so bad because I said I still wanted to get male attention after being married, and that was like the worst thing you could ever say. It was pre Aisha Curry.
Aisha Curry, yeah.
So tore up in the comments over that. I had a video that was like a cartoon go viral on World Star before, and so I really enjoyed it. And then I had 2 kids and wanted to make money beyond telling my business on the internet and being Googleable.
Oh, that's right.
So happy I made that decision, but I still love having that creative outlet, even if it's just a small following, because I keep everything locked down now because it's, weirdos on the internet. But was so happy to find you guys. I told you before, I found you through the We Got Y'all podcast, because when Insecure ended, I was looking for every recap that I could find. And I said, okay, I like their chemistry. So I binged through it. And then you mentioned the Culture Garden on there. So I went over to there. I love the intro with Denzel. I was like, this is the best intro that I've heard on a podcast. It's such an awesome way to open every episode.
Yes.
I think the first episode I heard was The Best Man. And then Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, which is like a comfort movie for me.
Love it.
I've never heard anybody else talk about that movie. And I said, oh, this is awesome. So I've been rocking with you guys ever since. I'm so proud of the year that you all have had. You've been so consistent, and I just can't wait to see what happens in the next year for you all.
Thank you
love
so
it.
much.
Christina, thank you.
Of course. You guys are all genuinely good people that deserve good things. So
thank you.
Very, very happy to have this time with you. And I'm excited to see what you guys have upcoming.
Yes.
Absolutely, man. I can say that I appreciate that. Thank you so much for it, because we talk about Culture Garden OGs. My first memory of ever interacting with you was when you sent a message after the Soul Food episode and said you almost crashed your car when school said, would y'all let Uncle Pete hold your baby?
Yes, and that is 100% true, because you said it so unassumingly. You just threw it out there like, hey, would you let Uncle Pete hold your baby?
Hey.
And I was like, oh my God.
The real question.
Absolutely not.
Oh man.
Yes. I just want to say real quick, I appreciate you, Christina, and really it's about what you just said. Like a lot of podcasts that do films towards our culture, they do the same stuff. Not to sound like that's no diss. I get it. Friday's a classic.
Yeah.
But how many times can we hear niggas talk about Friday? Like, we did this podcast for Welcome Home Jenkins and our Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins.
Yes.
And just different podcasts like Crooklyn. Like, we don't see Ease by You.
Now,
like,
y'all broke my heart with that one.
Yes,
we broke everybody's heart with Crooklyn.
We broke a lot of hearts. I'm sorry. But that's what this is about. And to know that it's working and people are hearing it, and I just love it. That makes my heart full. So I appreciate you for sure.
I appreciate you guys as well. And happy holidays to you.
Thank you. Same to you. With us over here from We Got Y'all over to the Culture Garden. Really, 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 really appreciate you.
Of course. And now I'm back on the We Got Y'all because I do watch rap shit. It's like the only show that I have appointment TV for.
Listen.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you just mentioned that real quick, Christina, because on a side note, one thing that I really real quick. The comedy thing, I know we talked about. The reason I even found out about that is because I remember asking her, like, yo, you were too funny to not, like, this is like not prepared, but just naturally funny. Like you're too gifted to not have done something. So that's when I found out that tidbit of
thank
information. But one thing that I'm always happy for is when people give us feedback and real feedback. And recently, I think within the last couple of weeks, we just had a conversation about you just looking at things like, hey, you know, I'm a big fan of you guys, and I think you guys deserve it all. Have you tried doing this or tried doing that, or maybe putting everything under one umbrella? And gave me a podcast that kind of was on the same path that we were, and they ended up starting this pod and then branching out to all these little sub networks such as Schools Guilty Pleasures. We got y'all expanding from there. You sent me that information, which I'm still studying because I love a good blueprint on how we can get better. So with that being said, knowing that you found us on We Got Y'all, myself and Rachel were recently just talking about, I know we're going to do more than just television reviews. We want to kind of, within the gaps, we want to kind of put some content out there. Is there anything in particular as a listener that you would like to hear from myself and Rachel when it comes to We Got Y'all? Just as far as if we release 2 episodes a month that weren't reviewing shows, what would that look like for you? What does that sound like?
My intake of content is so limited right now because, like I said, Rap Shit is the only appointment TV that I have. I listen to audiobooks and podcasts mostly because I have to multitask. So I always have my AirPods in listening to stuff. I'm not going to ask you guys to listen to no 12-hour audiobook. However, that Leslie Jones audiobook where she just abandons the actual book and talks for 15 hours straight was a wild ride.
Yes. We were talking about that, weren't we?
Yes.
Okay.
So that was pure insanity, but very enjoyable. So, I mean, that's kind of my capsule of content that I intake now: podcasts, audiobooks, and then I'll have like one show at a time that I watch. Don't want to see you fall victim to having to keep up with pop culture events. You guys are better than that. Not that I don't indulge in that as well, but nah.
Yeah, no, that's not
I'll brainstorm on that for you guys, but I'll let you know. But offhand, all I listen to is audiobooks, and I'm not going to do that to y'all.
No, we appreciate you. I only ask because we really value your opinion, especially as someone. There's a little bit something, and I mean this respectfully to everybody who listens to us, regardless of when you found us. There's a little bit of something about the people who have been with us from the early days because we've grown so much, and you guys have seen us grow. No, I appreciate that, and because we know ourselves that we've grown from where we were. So to have that input, especially someone with as much wisdom and just good taste as you, it means a lot. And when I say I was genuinely excited to have this moment and have you on, I know you said you weren't sure if you had to send a voice note or if you could be on.
Yeah.
Send the link, man. I was so happy.
For sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much again. Wishing you all the good things this holiday season and in the new year. Rooting for you. I will get back to you if I think of something for some content, but just really keep doing what you're doing. Whatever feels authentic for you guys, just stick with that.
For sure.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Bye, you guys. Have a great holiday. Take care.
You too.
Same to you.
Aww.
We have the dopest listeners and following.
For sure.
Facts.
I wouldn't trade any of them for any podcast.
No.
If somebody said you can get, 100,000 streams tomorrow in exchange for your listener base to vanish, hell nah.
I don't want it.
I'll rock with who we got.
For sure.
You and yours versus me and mine, as they say. Shout out to Christina, man. I was really looking forward to that. I just really appreciate her energy. Like I said, her family, just her sense of humor, everything, man. It's top tier. It's top tier. So I sent a link to our next guest. We have, she's actually just joined. So we're going to invite her in. I'm going to give her a proper introduction when she's in. All right.
I've been waiting.
Y'all been waiting on me?
I've been waiting.
The infamous.
Yes.
The infamous K-Rob.
K-Rob,
Hello.
what's happening?
Host of the Kicking It with K-Rob podcast.
For
Yes.
sure.
We said this on, I don't remember what episode it was, but it was recent.
Mm-hmm.
And K-Rob, this is a special moment for us because as I said a few episodes ago, you were the first person that myself, school, or Rachel did not know personally
Mm-hmm.
that really connected with us and championed us as a podcast and
Yes.
supported us and got new people that I didn't know sending the messages in about certain episodes. And, my sister was on, she was our first ever guest. And I gave her love and her flowers for letting us know that we have there's more that we can do than just me and school just sitting in a room.
Yeah.
And you were that same person outside of our community and our circle that like, yo, she doesn't even live in Ohio.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how she found us. Like, so I don't think we've ever stopped and told you how much you mean to us on this journey because of that reason. Like, you really, like, it was the first time when it's almost like that being stopped in the airport moment where getting that message from you and I'm like, yo, you know us, like, you found us, like, you listened to us, like, enough to where you sending a message. I can't tell you what that did for our confidence, what I did for our drive and our focus, because we know when we have people that are, and we've gotten this a lot today, man. It's so overwhelming. People that say we can't wait until Thursdays. We can't wait until you guys drop because that's kind of how it is, man. You were the first person for that, and that's why we shout you out so much. I made the joke that you were the only listener. I still don't know how this happened. The only listener had all three of our phone numbers. Like, legit.
Oh my gosh.
K-Rob called me like a week ago, just on some random, just on some like me. And I really do appreciate and value this because you trusted me. You had questions about your podcast and you recorded an episode. It's like, yo, here's my thoughts. I don't know if I should put this out. X, Y, and Z, and you trusted me enough to call me and go through that with me and take my advice and everything else. And that just means the world to know that to some degree we're having some kind of impact. And I just wanted to give you a proper introduction. So happy that you're here. What's going on with you, K-Rob?
Oh my gosh, y'all just made my entire week. Okay. I really appreciate that. And yes, I forgot how I ran into you guys. I wish I knew, but I genuinely do not know how I found y'all podcast. I do not know. And I don't even remember why I got all y'all numbers. Like, I'm pretty sure it was because I want y'all to be guests on my podcast, but like, I don't even know how it started. But yes, so Rich, he was on my podcast before. We got 2 more down. Come on, you guys.
I'm ready.
Hold on. All right, so I gotta say this. Hold on, real quick, K-Rob. You gotta give some grace to the generation ahead of you, which is us. You gotta. We're in that part of our lives now where it's got to be on the calendar. Just let us know when it needs to go on the calendar. We'll put it on, because if it isn't on the calendar, we're gonna forget. So just get us on the calendar. We'll make sure we hold you down. But nah, man. Do you remember the first episode, or what your first memorable episode for us?
It was honestly probably Living Basketball. Y'all know that's my movie. What I don't even remember which ones came out before that. Well, but that one, I remember I was driving to Mississippi and I was listening to it, and I just fell in love with all of y'all responses to the movie, and I was just like, oh my god, this is what I love, because I like movies too. I don't love them as much as you guys, but I genuinely like music. I mean, not music. See, that's my thing. Music is my thing.
For sure. You are
to music, we are to movies for sure.
Exactly. So I was like, yes. And I be wanting everybody to listen, because I know there's movie fanatics I know. And I'm like, y'all, go listen to their podcast. Go listen to it. I'm like, bro, I need more friends who listen to podcasts so they can listen to y'all. I'll be trying to come on. I'm like, come on, y'all need to go listen to them.
I love it.
I love it. I appreciate it. Rich was talking about you being the first person outside of, the family, Ohio, to reach out and to know us or whatever. You know how companies have, their first dollar. well, I still have that text message, that screenshot that you inbox Rich, Rich inbox me the first time of like just being excited, like, yo, somebody outside of Ohio, someone outside of our circle has listened to the podcast. Like I still have that text message in my phone. Like
I love it.
It means so much to us, straight up. So we love you. We appreciate you. And like he said, put it on the calendar and I'm there.
Okay.
We gonna work it out.
What'd you say, Ray P?
We gonna work it out.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. And y'all are like the only people I know that actually do podcasts. So like this means a lot to me. Like I really love this for us.
For sure.
And I love the fact that y'all are older than me, to be honest, because I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I feel like I relate to y'all generation a lot more than my generation.
You an old soul, K-Rob. You an old soul. I will say that.
You are.
It's that music.
It's definitely the music too. Definitely.
Matter of fact, school, Rachel, I know you an R&B girl, not necessarily a rap girl. You probably will remember the song, but school, you remember that South Star and Sunshine, I think?
Yeah, I commented on it yesterday.
And I was like, what is I hit her hand around, like, how do you know this song? Like, this was my high school. This is 106 and Park.
Yeah, that's how I know. That's how I know the song. I remember.
You part of the 106 and Park generation? You ain't AJ and Frito. You ain't
AJ
and Frito.
She Roscoe and Terrence J.
Yeah, you Terrence J and Bow Wow. And she said Roscoe.
Let's get this straight. I'm definitely AJ and Free. I remember AJ and Free coming on 106 and Park. I remember the couch. I remember Free Afro. I remember.
You know about Miss Cedar's World?
Miss who?
Miss Cedar.
No, I didn't him.
Yeah, okay, then all right. That's all I wanted. But real quick, K-Rob, because you are a fellow creator. And you know, we love showing love. So tell the people about Kicking It with K-Rob, what you do, what your passion is. Plug it, man. Tell the people what's going on.
So my passion is people. I love people and I like getting to know people. That's what I want to do for a living, is to interview people / celebrities, because you know that's what I'm at. So everybody, they said, oh my God, you should start a podcast. Like genuinely, it was my peers that was like, you should start a podcast. And at first I was like, I don't know. So of course, what everybody doing when they had free time on their hands, one day I was in my room, I sat on the side of my bed and I just started talking about, I forgot what my first topic was. It was something foolish, probably something about relationships. And then everybody was like, oh my God, here you go. Yay. I'm so happy you started it. Da, 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 da. And I was like, oh, really interesting. Okay. And then from there, that's when it grew. So I honestly want to talk about any and everything. And I also do song breakdowns of mainly R&B. Well, it's going to only be R&B, mainly old school, because those are the songs that have messages. No shade to the new generation, but that's what I do. And next year, I'm going to start doing something else. So it'll be like a three different categories of podcasts I'm going to do.
Okay.
So next year, we're going to be looking forward to something new.
Okay, busybody.
I see you, man. Keep going, man. You are
Tank's podcast, R&B Money.
I listened to some of them, but I said I want to start listening to more of his podcast, and it was somebody else's. I forgot who. There's a really good. I've been seeing clips of his.
It's really, really good. If you are an R&B head, it's really, really, really good.
Okay, so you got me. Okay, so now I need to.
Yeah, man. You got the soul of an older person, and you active on social media like a younger person. So
right,
it's a good combination, man. But not K-Rob, you 100% have the personality that transfers over into whatever you want to talk about.
For sure,
and it's a rare talent. I hope you recognize that and see that. I know sometimes it takes a while, and it takes other people to tell us about our talents before we kind of wake up and see them ourselves.
Yeah,
I'm sure that people have told you that your whole life, but just as somebody who knows, the three of us who knows what it takes, week in and week out, just to kind of have a vision and just put it into action and just go for it. We don't know what we're doing at all. We just trust our guts. We trust y'all, and we keep it pushing. There's plenty of ideas that we try out, just to see if they work. And guess what? If they don't work, oh well, we'll scrap it and we'll get back to the beginning. I'm always throwing some kind of new segment in the template. Is this better than the last movie or whatever? It's just to see, and it might not work, and we'll scrap it. But there's nothing wrong with just shooting for the stars, seeing what works, and going from there. I'm very excited to support you. I'm very excited to listen to everything that you have coming up, including your past work. You and I have had multiple conversations via text and on the phone about your vision and passion for the podcast. And I really respect that, because it's one thing if you were just calling me on some bullshit, but you really called me like, yo, here's my thoughts, here's my ideas. What do you think? Tell me about your experience, all of that. And I just love that type of conversation. I'm always going to be here to help you, like, for real. Like, that's why. It's even funnier. It's even funnier for the three of us. That's why we laugh about it, because none of us are the type of people that's going to be on some, take my number. DMs working all that. So the fact that you did just shows who you are and how well you like take your craft. And I've seen you, man. I've seen you trying to, I've seen you be frustrated trying to figure it out, and trying to have people on the show that aren't taking it as serious as you and all that. And just to see you working all through all that and still going and still having that perseverance, man, I love it, K-Rob. You will always, always, always hold a special status with the Culture Garden for everything that I mentioned earlier, like, for real, man. Because it's not just, hey, I heard your podcast is cool. It's you championed it. You went to war that day on that Love and Basketball episode. I remember you went to war that day on your stories. Like, it was on. Like, that's how I met Tyler, through that movie, all types of stuff.
Yeah.
So a whole lot of new followers that came on the Culture Garden page, and I'm looking, mutual friend, K-Rob 88. So thanks for all you do for us. Like, straight up, thanks for all you do for us. As excited as we are for you individually and all your adventures, we can't thank you enough for what you've done for the Culture Garden, for what you've done for We Got Y'all, Schools, Guilty Pleasures, everything. I've told you some ideas that I have for collaboration. Definitely want to have you involved. We'll just put it out there now. I want to do a soundtrack, a greatest movies soundtrack episode. And I think you would be perfect for that with your love of music, especially when we start talking about Boomerang, Waiting to Exhale, all those classic soundtracks. I would love to get your take on it. So we're looking forward to 2024 and all the things that it's going to bring. And shout out to you, K-Rob. Shout out to you.
Thank you, guys. That means so much to me. And I want to thank you guys. I really and truly want to thank you guys for all that you guys have done for me. And, the three of y'all are like such an amazing friend group. I love this dynamic. I be telling my friends all the time, I want more guy friends. But, the realm is different.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you like me and School come from a very large family, so you are like a little cousin, little sister, like just one of those. I remember when we was running around the house, like just one of them, like, and that's just see you grow and blah. So I know I speak for School. We're always going to be here, especially from that male perspective, just making sure that we guide as much as we can, whatever path you want to take. Let you know when people are on bullshit. The whole nine, you know what I mean? We're very protective of you because you have a genuine and good spirit. You're not out here trying to do anybody wrong. You just want anybody to have their best, and that's what means the most to us. So shout out to you. Shout out to you, man. We thank you. We really thank you for everything you do for us.
Thank you so much, K-Rob.
We love you, K-Rob.
Love you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no doubt. Peace, man. We appreciate you. We're going to talk to you, all right?
Okay, yes.
All right, bet. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah. Oh, man. Shout out to K-Rob.
Shout out to
K-Rob.
Lights up a room, like every single time. Lights up a room. Before we get to our last guest, Rachel, if you do have the voice note from AJ,
I do.
You can go ahead and play that. AJ.
I accidentally hit play when K-Rob was talking, so I had to hurry up and stop it.
Okay, then I saw good.
Here we go.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, my name is Amalette. I am from Brooklyn, New York, and I am an avid listener of the Culture Garden podcast. I don't know when did I. Okay, I think my first episode I was introduced to you guys was the Crooklyn episode. So it appeared on my Instagram algorithm because I follow and engage with a lot of movie pages, and the Crooklyn post popped up. So at the time, I hadn't listened to the episode yet, but I just reposted it because I love Crooklyn. So getting into the episode, listen to the episode, I wanted to tussle a little bit. A little too harsh, Spike Lee is Brooklyn's finest and Crooklyn is Brooklyn's baby. And I'm like, okay, we got some little strong opinions. But no, I just want to thank you guys for what you do because you created an environment for people like me who just love movies. I was that kid in second grade who came to class discussing the 2000 Oscars, who went My Boy with Sixth Sense to win Best Supporting Actor. And of course, my classmates didn't understand, rightfully so. Yeah, I'm appreciative of just having the space that you guys have made, and you come with your favorite scenes and your quotes and your interesting facts, and you dissect movies in a way that just makes it so beautiful to comprehend. And that's all I can ever ask for someone who loves movies like me. Yeah, I don't think there's so much left to say. I enjoy listening to you guys as I'm on my way to school and work. Shout out to Schoolboy's Guilty Pleasure podcast because I am a glitter stan. I am one of the few people who has a backup screenplay for glitter, like the way glitter should. But again, you guys are just amazing. And this is me giving you guys your flowers, rightfully so. Each host, you guys, your personality just mesh well, the flow of each podcast. And I'm not even a podcast person. I've only listened to one other podcast. So this is, of course, bias in a way. My favorite podcast because I love movies. But I'm very grateful for you guys just to provide that source of entertainment that I need on days where work and school is just clashing, and you guys provide that entertainment. So again, thank you, and I hope one day to join an episode. But I definitely again just want to give you guys your flowers.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you.
AJ, man. Listen, I know AJ is kind of newer. She mentioned Crooklyn, which we did in July, I believe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She was on my head. On my head. Like you could tell she's in school. I mean, dissertation level. But it was all in good fun and all good banter. And obviously she told us she's from Brooklyn. We all love our hometowns.
Yes.
We rep Toledo, we rep Cincinnati through and through. That's like somebody coming in.
They can't see him, but I got Cincinnati tatted all over my body.
I mean, you got on the Bengals hat right now.
Yeah, man. It's almost like not comparing the two movies artistically. But if somebody talks shit about In Too Deep, there might be some words. Like that's a Cincinnati staple. Like that's old Cincinnati. That's pre-gentrification Cincinnati. That means something to somebody like me in school.
Yes.
So I understood exactly where she was coming from in regards to her Crooklyn insight. But not only that, Rachel School, I know you guys have seen it. There will be episodes we drop in. AJ will leave a nice detailed comment on the page. Just what she loved about the episode, all of that. And like I said, it just wows me because we're all busy. When I say we, I don't mean the three of us. I mean everybody's busy. I know she just mentioned she's in school. I see it on her stories. Christina's in school, but the fact that you guys take the time to leave reviews, send messages when you don't have to. Like there's no personal skin in the game that you have. There's we're not your cousins. We are now, but previously we weren't any of that. So just doing that means so much, man. And definitely, like I said, man, just a Culture Garden family, and this is really making my heart full. I think that was our last voice note.
Man.
Well, I don't know who wants to start. Never was in the plans to have a 3-hour, 20-minute episode. You just don't expect people to be happy or anxious to jump on and kind of give flowers. And even though it was about them, when I say them, I mean all the listeners who joined us and gave voice notes. You guys still made it about us and really just gave us that final boost to roll into 2024, and wanting to be bigger and better for all of y'all out there, man. And just we know the responsibility that we have. And listen, we're not figuring out the square root of shit. We're not curing any kind of sickness. So I'm not going to sit here and say that it's the most important thing that's going on, but it's important to y'all. And it's important to us.
That's right.
We put our time and real energy into this, and we take this very seriously. So the fact that you guys understand and appreciate that, and you guys can see that, all the voice notes that we got, man, like I said, it might be a little bit, it might be our next episode or whatever until I can properly digest and comprehend the love that you guys were giving. I'm like Rachel. I'm terrible at receiving compliments. There's just something about it. Part of that's probably part of the reason why I don't really listen to us a lot. It's just something about being too self-indulgent that keeps me going. But man, I can't thank everybody out there enough for spending your time with us, for taking the time to send text, voice notes. Everybody by name, everybody who's been a part of this, everybody who's been a guest. We'll talk more about this on episode 100 and as we continue to go. And most importantly, School, Rachel, I love you guys so much for allowing me. We do this collectively, but you still allow me individually to walk in a passion and a dream. I remember specifically one day a couple years ago, Rachel, you telling me, like, outside of coaching, I don't know if I've ever seen you be so passionate and locked into something as you are with this recording and podcast thing. Yeah, we're just getting started, and I just, man, I couldn't ask for two better people to be on this journey with. And I love the both of you. Thank you.
Nah, thank you, brother. I love you. I love Ray P. I love this. I love that we didn't give up. You know what I mean? Like, because there was that window. It wasn't big. Like, I'm not gonna act like because we still, like you said, we put out those 18 episodes, 12 episodes, whatever it was. Like, but it did become a point where we're like, yo, is we gonna do this or what? Like, is we serious? And you was like, yeah, let's get it. So I'm just proud of where we are at this very moment. Like, I couldn't ask for much more than this. You know, I love it. I really do. I love you guys. I love when you show up and I'm not there. Like, those are some of my favorite episodes. The Inkwell, that's my favorite episode this year. Flat out, period. Hands down. You two motherfuckers killed it. Like, I don't even, if I could go back and even be on the episode, I wouldn't, because there's nothing I could add to that episode. Nothing.
Wow.
So, man, I'm a big fan of both of you. So just keep it up, man. Let's get to it.
Vice versa. Ditto to all of that. I want to thank you, School, for even petitioning Kyron to invite me on to your guys' brainchild. This is y'all's show. And so I'm always trying to be mindful of I don't want to say not over talking, or I don't want to even say staying in my lane because it's y'all shit, you know.
Nah, it's ours. We're well past that point, Rachel. This is ours. Like, this isn't, Coaching Guard wouldn't even be what it is without you. 100%.
I know, but still, being C Mike, I like, and I said it earlier, maybe in hour 1 or 2, that I appreciate that y'all let me just come and run my mouth, and y'all are doing extra research. I'm just watching a time or two And that matters, you know, it adds so much when y'all have trivia and things that people, the average listener, watcher like myself, may or may not know. The work that you guys do matters. I'm appreciative. I like that we don't necessarily all have the same taste in movies. I think it makes for interesting conversation and dialogue. And again, feel safe enough to know that you guys are still going to put out a quality product if I do be like, yeah, I'm gonna let you have it, and vice versa. Just that trust that we're building or have built with one another. I really love it. I'm appreciative of it. Kyron, you are so adamant and good at giving flowers. And again, you already said you don't receive them well, but I do want to specifically give you some flowers just because, you know, these are long episodes. You sit and you do the editing. You make sure that School and I are prepared, have what we need. You like the dad of this shit. Yes, you're our producer and Hey Mike, but you really, really put forth a lot of effort and work behind the scenes, not just camera time. You facilitate the discussions for the most part, except when you tell us you ain't. But you do a lot, and I'm appreciative, and the work does not go unnoticed. And my bottle of wine is gone, but cheers to you.
Yes. Cheers to you, my brother. We love you. Straight up. Everything she said, times 2, bro.
Love y'all too, man. Love y'all too. I think we covered it all. Listen, I'm not going to take any more time for yourselves or the listeners. This might be a 2-parter. I'm not sure. Drop them on the same day, but maybe separate them just so you guys can have something. You know, I know it's a long thing to sit through, but it's beautiful because it was all about love, and that's what it is. I'll just leave on this note. You guys know how I feel about you. I've said it to nauseam. I'll continue to say it. I love the both of you. Huge fan of the both of you, honestly, and everything that you do, and just to see you guys continue to grow. For anybody else out there, you don't have to be a creator. Whatever you're doing, whether it's your job, whether you are creating something, a podcast, or you're studying for something, let this just be a small reminder in the world that's constantly on the go, that's constantly on the grind, that's constantly chasing goals and trying to accomplish something. It's perfectly fine to sometimes take a breath, stop, smell the flowers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not to be like, no pun intended, but really, if you need that to keep going, do it. And this is very anti of how I normally am. Like, I really like to keep it on grind mode. But I'm so happy that we built this community. We continue to do so. It's beyond my wildest dreams. And like I said, we're just getting started. So
for sure.
Cheers to the Culture Garden family, man. For all of y'all out there, the reason we came together this evening, this is our last episode of 2023. We're going to be taking a break at the beginning of 2024. So that first week, well, actually, we'll probably put out the Spike and Mo part at that first week. But as far as films go, we probably won't have anything until mid-January. We'll be having an episode, but it won't necessarily be a film breakdown. We'll talk about that more once that time comes. We wish you nothing but love as this new year approaches. Clean your crib, get that laundry done, detach from anything that's not serving you going into this new year, because sometimes that dead weight holds on to what is for you. Make room for the things that are provided for you. I'm a big believer in that. So
that means your favorite niggas too, girls.
means I'm about to get chopped.
With you.
But nah, man. Cheers to a healthy and happy and fruitful 2024. Let's keep this thing rolling, y'all. New ideas, new things coming. Can't wait to get things started. With that being said, should I say, thank you for everybody joining us. Y'all be cool. How y'all be cool?
Peace.
God bless you and good night. Happy New Year. Bye.
Happy New Year.
Peace.